Review. After 9 years, Deep Silver's zombie sequel delivers all the ridiculous fun you had hoped for. Dead Island 2 is a zombie hack and slash with an unnecessarily mysterious past. Its predecessor, Dead Island, established the series as a blood-soaked trough of B-movie sensibility, but a 9-year-long game of hot potato toss sequel Dead Island 2 behind a curtain, obscuring it from the public after being announced, with Wizard of Oz bombast, at E3 in 2014. The game you'll get later this week, on April 21st, is not that 2014 game, nor is it the astonishing product of 9 years of arduous programming. Dan Evans-Laws, technical director at publisher Deep Silver, said the game had basically a complete restart once it landed, finally, in developer Dambuster Studios' hands. But I can forgive it for the wait. Dead Island 2 is an entertaining gore fest, and it only ever slips when it tries to be more than that. I experience it all as Danny, one of 6 playable slayers you select early in the game with innate skills. I choose Danny because she regains health for killing zombies in succession. I guide her in first person around the game's balmy but bleeding version of modern Los Angeles, occasionally seeing her long shadow or her stained weapon or her hands, which she stares at intently upon discovering zombie bites don't immediately turn her to a maggoty killing machine. Unleash the beast. She's just a regular killing machine. I keep her running with skill cards I pick up around the city and from downed enemies, and add them to my editable deck, which is arranged in a 4-card tall half-pyramid. The top of the pyramid, where the standard abilities card type resides, has 5 total slots, then protective survivor cards get 4, and it decreases from there. That might not sound like much room for tailor-making your slayer, but I find it easy to work with. There are a huge amount of cards to discover and then choose from, all impacting certain aspects of your slayer's defensive, offensive, or autophage qualities. Those last being potent abilities that turn you into more of a zombie, at the expense of your health. But I often ignore my full breadth of options. I like playing defense, so I keep early abilities cards like Dodge, which stuns enemies when you avoid their attack, and Slayer cards like the Limb Reaper, which lets me maim a zombie for health, around for the entire game. While certain enemies are resistant to certain types of attacks, a zombie in protective firefighter gear doesn't care much for fire-based attacks, for example. Skill cards change how you heal, hit, and kick in broad strokes. Improve your slide attack damage, press R3 to boost your jump kick, things like that. And since you can alter or add to your deck at any time, testing cards out always feels low stakes, unlike a skill tree or other type of level-up system that requires you spend non-refundable points. This hands-off approach makes sense for Dead Island 2, which definitely wants you to kill zombies, but doesn't typically care how. Because of this, whether I jog through the Santa Monica Pier's soft sand, or on the ruined asphalt around abandoned hot dog carts in Venice Beach, or anywhere else in the game's highly explorable, but not open world, map of LA, I don't hesitate to hit swarms of roaming zombies with my flaming meat cleaver. Or, usually my flaming meat cleaver, but my weapon wheel is constantly rotating. I discover more rare weapons as I progress through the game, and I fill their limited upgrade slots with the metal parts, blades, and other crafting materials I pick up around the cracking city. In an effort to find the most damaging upgrade combos, I also rig my weapons with ridiculous modifications through discovered blueprints and mutated body parts, like leaky implants and infected flesh, both of which allow for weapons like Wakazashi's swords to sparkle with electricity, or for shotgun bullets to deliver skin-melting, corrosive goo. While filling out my skill card deck and experimenting with weapons, I quickly adjust to the game's most common objective, kill 'em all, and feel thankful I don't get queasy at video game gore. Video game carnage, to me, is an exhilaration safe zone for horror fans who can't handle revolting shock sights and Cronenberg skin ripping. I cannot handle those things, so Dead Island 2 is like entering air conditioning during a particularly suffocating summer. And I find comfortable delight in making consecutive hits and watching zombies reveal their meat, muscle, and bones. Aside from giving into a few yelps when an enemy lunges at me the moment I open a locked door, I'm never terrified by Dead Island 2, I'm sadistically amused. Except for when I'm pissed. And I'm pissed during pretty much every Dead Island 2 boss fight, which, unlike its unconstrained, wild zombie fights, all disappointingly opt for some annoying gimmick I have to conform to. They're difficult but, unlike the rest of the game, unpleasantly so, requiring me to rely on a dubious combination of luck and strategy instead of what I'm used to, raw force. The previous game's Fury mode returns, letting Danny split enemies apart with her bare hands once I build the meter up through fights and consuming energy drinks.